Hi everyone, I'm here with Josh Pren, Director of Business Development for the utility token Shikoku Inu. Josh, welcome.
Thank you.
What we're going to go over a list of questions from the community. But first, Josh, will you tell us a bit about Chico?
Yeah, absolutely. I am Josh Pren, the Director of Business Development, and Chico is a fair launched decentralized utility token. It was launched on May 11th, and in that time, our swap, our Chico swap, was developed and released, and is currently being used. That swap already has the ability to trade on the BEP or the ERC chains. We have to date over 8,500 Telegram users, 8,800 holders, and we are listed on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, and working on more. So yeah, it's been a fun. I think we're at like 50 days right now.
Yeah, been fun. Now, so Josh, maybe tell us a bit about your background and how you got involved.
Sure. So my background is in management. In my day job, I'm a senior project manager for a very large national company. In so I was brought in to help manage and develop the business relationships that are needed to take a token from birth to eventual mainstream use. Um, in that, I work with the devs to help make sure they stay on track and make sure they don't get bogged down by kind of the little menial day-to-day stuff. I help make sure our marketing is working and going where we want it to go, and keeping the community as active as we can. Um, so that's kind of the reasons I was brought in, and then why I want to do this, because this is essentially a volunteer position, is that I want to make a better life for my family. I'm a single divorced father of three, and I want to be able to take care of my family, and do that in a way that my 9 to 5 job can't do that. So um, as part of that is bringing this amazing token to everyone, and having a real use out there for it, and making sure that we have something that we can stand behind, putting my name on it. So
Very good. I'm in the same situation. I have two daughters and a current wife, so I'm in the same situation where I'm here for the family, as opposed to making a quick buck, you know. So tell me what's coming up for Shiko, so in the next couple of months or weeks or.
yeah, so our what's coming up in the near term is going to be more listings, partnerships, exchanges. We can go into that in a little more detail, but our big development items are going to be start out with the minimum viable product, or MVP DEX tool. So just simple charts and buys and sells. After that's coming up Q3. After that will be a more robust DEX tools premium version for holders of Shiko to access. And after that will be, which I believe is our biggest product coming out, is the Shiko cross chain, where you're going to be able to trade BEP directly to the ERC. And again, we can talk about that more in a little bit.
Okay.
That'll come out Q4. And then kind of, I wouldn't say final, because we're not going to be done there, but the next thing slated for development is farming and staking. That'll be early 2022. So it's a lot of stuff coming up later in the year, and we really hope to take advantage of a return to crypto in the bull market.
You mentioned more. You mentioned listings. You might just explain a bit more on that.
Yeah, so listings, not to be confused with exchanges. A listing would be like CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, where it's just more visibility for your token. Some other smaller examples of that we're getting on and getting out there to our community to get us more visibility: CoinSniper, Coinomic, Coin Gods, just a lot of those smaller ones where for some reason or other people are use them just to give us more visibility and put our more brand recognition.
Very good. And exchanges then would be the next step.
Yeah,
And
so we're on, of course, Pancake Swap. Other exchanges um, that we want to get on. There's there's a bunch of them out there. Problem is now that we're facing is the amount of money required to get listed by them on their exchange. Not only just for their listing fees and what they want to do with marketing, but also you have to hold a liquidity pool there as well, and that liquidity pool can be often up to 5% of your total supply of tokens. So it's a major investment to get onto more exchanges, and one thing we don't want to do in a down market is to take that money out of Shiko and invest it, and then not get a return on that investment. Um, Basically, end up hurting our holders more than we would have helping them by getting more people. So we're trying to be very strategic about that, and probably look at doing that when the crypto market as a whole turns around, and also help line it up more with our additional utilities that are going to be coming out, so that we have more to bring to market during those times.
and some exchanges are not exactly helpful for certain tokens.
Yeah. So if you have a low volume and you get on some of these exchanges, they have bots that run that can actually end up hurting you more than they help. So you have to be very careful about that. And during our vetting processes, we've also noticed, a lot of negative user feedback on a lot of what people consider to be, and I don't want to put the name out there to slander any, of them, but um, it's, we want to be careful about spending money, uh, our small pool of money right now on it, like getting on an exchange and only to have it blow up in our face. So
Mhm.
um, we're just keeping a very close eye on that.
Can I ask, you have this Shiko swap.
Mhm.
What is the benefit of Shiko swap over Pancake swap? And is there other
So
benefits?
yeah, so obviously their Chico Swap is running piggybacking on Pancake Swap. So we use our liquidity pool within Pancake Swap. So you can use Pancake Swap to buy and sell Chico. The reason we recommend Chico Swap is its simplicity. It is when you log in there, our token is already loaded. You don't have to go copy and paste the address. It keeps it very simple and clean for users. Additionally, with our partnerships, um, they have the ability to also have that benefit of being preloaded onto there. And then furthermore, right now you can trade any token that lives on a BEP chain or an ERC chain directly from our swap without having to change platforms. So instead of needing Pancake Swap and Uniswap to do your BEP versus your ERC trades, you can do it all within hours.
Very good. Okay.
And then later on, of course, like all of our ecosystem tools are that I mentioned earlier are gonna be live on that platform.
Okay. And the cross chain obviously will come in at some stage.
Yeah, and then the cross chain will just really make that the go-to place, because when you can exchange a ERC token like Shikoku Inu directly to a BEP token like ourselves, then it eliminates a lot of that hassle of having to go and sell it to this, wrap it, buy it over here, turn around, buy it over here, and all those fees that are associated with that when you can just do one transaction and be done.
Yeah. So if you're familiar with the Ethereum network, there's a lot of fees on
Yes.
that side. So it'll eliminate a lot of that, bring the price down for people as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So one question is asked a lot is it a scam?
It is not a scam. I'm here to say that that's why my face is out here. That's why um, I'm considered a docs dev, even though I'm not a developer. I'm a docs director. but we want to ensure people that is not, and it can't be because of our locked LP. There's literally no way that we can just take all the money and run.
Mhm.
So um, we're trying to, you know, there's really no way that we can do it any simpler than that. And the other fact of that is we've renounced our contract, so we can't go in and change it to be unlocked later on.
Yeah, and I suppose there's from what I can read on the website, there's an anti-whale policy. You might explain that as well.
Yeah, so we made an anti-whale policy where you're not allowed to buy or sell more than 500 trillion in a single transaction. It's just a way to keep somebody from going in. They got in and bought several quadrillion, just dumping their entire wallet. They'd have to do it piecemeal, and trust me, our community is active enough that they would notice that very quickly. So.
Yeah. So, and another question people are asking is to do more burns. You might explain why.
Yeah, so that kind of goes into where I said the contractors are announced. So we can't do any more manual burns right now due to the fact that we announced the contract. However, in the future, as our LP unlocks, and we will be able to uh, vote as a community on burning some of that LP, keeping in mind that we will need to do some of it for marketing, getting on more exchanges, etc. But uh, meanwhile, what we're doing with the burns is we have auto burns. So as part of our tokenomics, 10%, 5% goes to LP, 5% goes back as reflections to all the holders. Our burn wallet is one of the largest holders along with the LP. So it is receiving a percentage of that reflection. So it actually, I think right now it's probably receiving about 1.25% of that 5% directly to it. So it is, since we launched, it is currently up to, I think, uh, almost 27 quadrillion.
Yeah.
It's definitely over 26 quadrillion. So there's quite a bit has gone into that burn wallet after our initial 25% burn.
So, if you're investing in a token and they can do manual burns, it means that they have access to the liquidity pool, which means
Yes.
tokens that can do that are probably most likely or have the ability to be a scam.
I mean that's true. I mean I don't want to say necessarily
When I
that they
look at
are
it
or
now.
not, but you are correct in the fact that if they have, as long as there's access there, it's possible.
Okay, so just going through the list of questions here now. You did explain the cross chain earlier.
Mhm.
Do you want to explain more, or kind of have we touched on that?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think pretty much, sums it up there. I don't think enough people realize what that is. In fact, it's such a big thing. It can kind of be um, mind-boggling to think about because no one's doing it now. I've heard of some other ones potentially working on it as well, but I've not seen anyone talking about dates at all for it. We've confirmed with the devs that they're going to have it out this year, and I told the devs when they gave me that date, I said, give yourself some breathing room there. So I'm hoping that means that that date of this year is worst case scenario.
Okay, and for me as an investor, that is an important um, milestone. Um,
Yes, absolutely. And
price.
and we want to try to coordinate everything else that we're doing with that. There's really no point to pump our coin up um, just to have it fall again because there's no use case behind it. Like you see some of these other tokens doing, like, why aren't we more like this token or that token that's doing all this marketing? Well, when you go and really look at them, uh, you know, Baby Doge is a good example. They have no use case. They say they're going to do something, but they have nothing out there currently. We do have something, and we're going to have something way better, but we don't want to just artificially pump our token up and have nothing there to show for it and just be a meme coin because enough people said they liked it. It doesn't really bring value to it overall, and it could be ring very hollow later on if somebody decided that like why is this thing worth anything? It's not. So
Yeah,
we want to make sure that we have that utility there.
very good. And one question that was asked an awful lot, and I think it's quite an important one, is the one Lambo.
Yes, that's my favorite one. I think usually what I like to answer that is, well, let me go get my crystal ball and I'll check
Yeah,
it for you and you know, shake it up and see very soon,
very yeah.
But
Sometime in the next. Yeah.
yeah, I think, I mean, ultimately, if now's the time to buy, hold within uh with the swap coming out by the end of this year, you've got 6 months or less, and you're
Mm.
gonna have something you're gonna be holding something very valuable.
Yeah, and I think for me, the best thing to do is invest as much as you can now, and just park it and let the tokenomics grow.
Yep.
Even when we got into coin market cap, I didn't have money to invest that weekend because I wasn't expecting it that soon.
Right.
But I still earned over 1 trillion in tokenomics, over
Yeah, no,
that
and
weekend.
that's a great point I'd like to touch on is that just with our tokenomics, just by buying um and holding it because we're so new and we're volatile, there's going to be a lot of buys and sells. Well, every time that happens, um, you're getting a percentage of that 5% based on the amount you hold. So the more
Mm.
you hold, the more percentage you're getting. And you could almost look at it kind of like staking with the ability to sell your tokens at any time. So you're getting a little share just by holding it, and at any time you want to, you could sell it. So it's not locked up like a true staking. And that actually kind of goes into probably a question that you have there is when farming and staking,
Yeah,
that will be coming out first quarter 22, like I said, and it'll be on that same swap. So we're going to have a true farming state and staking, but meanwhile, uh, you know, whet whet your appetite for that with just buying some and holding and just watch those tokens roll in.
yeah. And if you don't mind, I just want to say, my goal is to get to the staking level, where I would put all my Chico in for staking, and then what I make from that staking is what I'll be taking out, and
Yeah, I
that's
mean
what I will spend. That's my profits then.
that's a
You know.
solid, that's a solid plan like anybody. I mean, any sort of economics class, or
Mm.
financial class will tell you, don't spend the large chunk of money. Put that large chunk of money in something that's going to give you a return, and then you use that return, um, so that you've always got that there.
Yeah, it's like other people's money.
Yep.
'Cause your money is safe and you're
Yeah.
spending
Yeah.
the
Make
earth.
your money work. That's the true meaning of making your money work for you.
Yeah, yeah, and that's
Anybody
that.
anybody can buy in before a pump and then sell somewhere near the top and make some money, but that's it. That's all you've got.
Yeah,
Um, you're not going to get any more
yeah,
with that. So by holding long term, you're just increasing. You're getting free money, essentially.
yeah. And again, the bigger your wallet, the more tokenomics you get.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah. Your
Okay.
goal should, to try to get up on that top 100 if you can. I mean, that's a you start seeing some real token rewards coming back, but you know, if you can't, you're still going to get something. You're going to
Yeah,
get
and it's
something.
still early, so it's still the price is still. I know there's big dips, but you
Yep.
know that's sometimes a good thing because you're getting tokenomics, and you could also buy in cheap again and let it grow up again, and again have a long term goal is what I would recommend people looking at.
Yeah, definitely average in at this stage, in Shiko's life. Average in is the best move. People don't buy the hype. Wait till buy in while it's here, and wait for that real hype to come.
Very good. And I suppose the last question then is just, where is the best place for information about Chico and what's happening in?
Yeah, so of course our website, shikoku.exchange. Also, our Telegram is a great place where we have several team members and myself who are very active in there, and that Telegram is accessible through our website, along with our Twitter and a couple other social media accounts that we have. So
Very good. And again, yourself, myself, and there's a couple more guys that are active all the time in Telegram, and feel free to contact us directly as well if there's any questions that you want to,
yeah,
and if there's any
absolutely.
worries.
Yep,
Okay. So I think that's everything we need to. That's going through the list of questions that were submitted. Um,
some good questions.
yeah, and I suppose again, it's a community-driven token, so and we have nearly 9,000 members inside in Telegram. So I suppose what would you like to say to them?
Best thing I'd say right now is keep calm and hold. It Nowhere in crypto is necessarily safe right now, so just keep calm and hold, and
Yeah,
eventually it will. Your investment will pay off.
yeah. And we're always looking for a little bit of help.
Absolutely. In fact, we have some help wanted. We have a help wanted ad out there in our Telegram. If you wanna help us make Chico better, um, sign
And
up.
that could be anything from being able to tweet about it, or to be able to maybe do some graphics or anything at all. We'd gladly take the
Yeah,
help.
this. I mean, and I can say the simplest thing is to come into Telegram once a day and check the latest pin, see what's going on. Upvote, like, comment, any of those things that are latest. We're constantly having new voting things in there, etc. All of that helps. So
Yeah, very good. So, Josh, thanks very much, and we'll head back to Telegram.
okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
And we're going to. Sorry. So, firstly, sorry. I'll bring the questions over here. Will you say that line again for me?
Herewith, things are, they're gonna be smaller ones. Point sniper, sorry, point sniper.
Is that okay?
That was perfect.